Good day to everyone. Today we're going to continue our topic in Unit 1 or in HTML. So we have here Lesson 2, Formatting Text and Images. At the end of the lesson, students shall be able to define the different text appearance tags, different paragraph, and the pre-formatted elements like links to navigate to other pages, images in web page, and the entities and emojis that we can use in a web page. Now we have the heading tags or the under the text appearance tags. Heading tags are commonly used when we are putting titles or subtitles in an HTML page. There are 6 different sizes when it comes to heading tags. It starts from H1 tag and up to H6 or heading 6 tag. Heading 1 tag is the largest output when it comes to heading, and it is the largest font that we can use in titles of a web page. And we have the H2 or heading tag 2. We have the heading 3 tag, heading tag 4, heading tag 5, and heading tag 6, which is the smallest. When we are using the heading tags, it is automatically layout in a bold font, and it is it has a margin bottom. As you can see, the example and the output of the heading, it is automatically converted into bold font, and it always have a margin. It always have a value of a margin bottom, or what we call the space, bottom space. Then we have the paragraph element or the p tag. P tag is used to create a paragraph element in a web page. It is a pair tag that always using always starts in a start tag and ends in end tag or closing tag. Then we have the examples of what are the rules when we are using a paragraph element or p tag. When we are using a p tag, always remember anything any space or tab space we insert in in a paragraph tag or a code under a paragraph tag, when it comes to output, all the spaces will automatically remove, and it always starts in a new line. As you can see, the first example, we have here 3 lines of codes of a text inserted inside a paragraph tag, but in the output it will be displayed as a single line of paragraph. Same as the second example, as you can see, we have a text that contains tab spaces, but when it is displayed, the tab spaces are removed automatically, and it is displayed as a single line. And when we are using a paragraph tag, always remember any text we put inside in a single paired tag of a paragraph tag will be displayed as a single paragraph. If you want to create another paragraph, enclose the text to a new p tag or paragraph tag. But if you want to display a paragraph that contains white spaces, and if you want to display a paragraph that is that will display what your code looks like literally, you can use pre-formatted text or pre tag. It is the opposite of the paragraph tag when it comes to output. Then we have some formatting text tags. We have B and strong tag for converting a text into a bold, and the I and EM tag that converts the text into an italic output. We also have the U and ins, or we call underline and insert, that converts text into an underlined text. And we have the del, mark, and small tag. The delete or the del tag will display the text that contains a crossed out line or a strike through line. When we use a mark tag in a text, it will highlight the enclosed text in yellow. And when we use this small tag, it will convert a standard size text into a smaller version of it. Then we have the sup and sub, which means the superscript, and sub is the subscript. When we use the sup tag or sup tag, it will convert the text as it will be looks like an exponent. And when we use the sub, it will display the text as a subtext. We have the example output here of the output of the text appearance tags, where we use the bold tag or the B, and when it is displayed, the text will be in bold style. Same as the strong tag, we have the I or italic and EM or emphasize, which will convert the style of a text into italic format. Then we have the U and ins, underline or insert, which will convert the style of a text into an underlined text. Then we have the del or delete tag, which converts the text with a strike through line. And we have the mark, which which will put a highlight in the text, and its default color is yellow. But when it comes to CSS, you can change the color if you want. And we have the small tag that converts the text into a small version of a standard text. Then we have the superscript that converts the text that will looks like an exponent. and a subscript that will put a text into a smaller text and in a subtitle format. Now we have images, links, and smileys. Now we'll start in links, or we call the anchor tag. The anchor element creates a hyperlink that could navigate to another web page. It is a an HTML tag we use to put a hyperlink in a text. So we use a tag, and we add an href attribute to put the link where we want to navigate a text when we click it. Then we have the simple syntax of an anchor element. So we have the opening tag or the start tag that contains the href attribute and its URL or link or hyperlink. And as you can see, it is a paired tag. And we have the example where we have the link of Google as value of the href attribute of an anchor element, and it is the output of the link or a hyperlink in a browser. Now we have simple tips and tricks here that we can use. As you can see, we have the two dots and slash. It is used to go back one folder in a path. It can be used if you are creating a web project where all the HTML files are inside the folder and some of the files are outside its folder. Or let's say we have a folder inside your web project where some HTML files are in there that can be accessed by other files outside that folder. We have here some values of another attribute. We have the target attribute. Target attribute specifies how the URL will be opened. It will tell how if we are using a self, blank, parent, or top as its value. When we use underscore self as a value of a target, it will open the link to the same tab where it was clicked. It is also the default value of a target attribute. Then we have the underscore blank that opens the link to a new tab, and we have the underscore parent. It opens the link to the parent frame. It is applicable when you are using an iframe inside. And we have the underscore tab that opens the link to the body of the tab or the window. Here we have an example of an anchor element that contains Google link as its URL in href attribute and underscore blank as its target value. Now we have the link as an output that when we click it, we're going to be navigated to another tab of Google. Then we have the image element or img tag. The img tag is an empty tag that is used to display an image in a web page. Now we have the common accepted file types of image. We have APNG, JPEG, PNG, SVG, ICO, and GIF. But today, there is another file we can use, which is the .webp. WebP is the optimized version of images we can use to display fast and easy loading of images in a web page. Now we have here attributes that we need to use or always we need or we always need to use when we are creating an img tag. First, we have the src attribute. It holds the path or location of the image to be displayed. We have the alt or alternative text to be displayed if the image is not loading. We also have the title attribute that appears when the mouse pointer is hovered above the image. We also have the width and height attribute that will customize the dimension of the image in a web page. We have here the sample syntax of an img tag that contains src attribute and alt attribute. When we're using width and height, we can use it if the image is larger than the output of a web page. We use it to adjust the image to fit in the web page content. We have here an example of an image that contains all the attributes of img tag, which we have src attribute, alt or alternative, width, height, and title. We can also use images in anchor or link, and we can also use images to be a button. Now we have the character entities. Character entities are special characters we can insert in a content of a web page. When it comes to character entities have its own entity name and entity number. These names and numbers are used to call out a specific character entity on a web page. For example, we have non-breaking space, which is equal to entity name and NBSP, and entity number and number sign 160. And we also have a tab, new line, less than, greater than, ampersand, apostrophe, double quotation mark, and copyright. Although there are lots of character entities we can use, where you can see some of the character entities on W3 School, the common websites we visit when it comes to web development. We have here the example where we put a simple punctuation mark, a double quote, the end symbol, and the another double quote or closing double quotation mark. As you can see, in the third line of code, we use double quote as end QUOT, and we have the end character as end number sign 38. As I said before, for more details of character entities, you can visit w3schools.com. Then we have emojis. Emojis are image-like text representing a feeling, an emotion, an action, a place, and many more. We have examples below of an emoji where we have their respective entities or entity number. We have the like, 100, smile, laugh, pray. For more emojis, you can visit also the W3 School and other web development pages. We have the example here of a text with mood. So let's say we have the text, my today's mood, I'm sleepy. And as you can see, we used an entity number to display a sleepy emoji. And we have the links below from where you can see all of the emojis you can use in web page or in creating a web page content. And that's all in our lesson 2. Now you can test yourself to answer these questions. Number 1, does using heading tags are better than using the bold element? Number 2, what are the difference of paragraph and pre-formatted text elements? Number 3, what are the basic text formats? Number 4, what file types are accepted for images in HTML? Number 5, what does the anchor element do? Number 6, what are character entities? And number 7, what are emojis? If you learned something on this lesson, try to answer this question.